Hello everyone, my name is Simon Derrick and I'm Head of Sustainability at Blue Skies. I'm going to spend just a few minutes telling you about Blue Skies and our energy challenges. Firstly, who are Blue Skies? So we're manufacturers of prepared fruit made at source, but we also make ice cream and freshly squeezed juice. So any fruit that's left over, not the right shape for a fruit salad, we'll make into other products so there's no waste. And we've got factories in Ghana, Egypt, South Africa, Benin, the UK, Brazil, employing over 5,000 people at our peak. And we supply retailers all over the world, including the names you see there on the screen. We mainly supply retailer own label. So in contrast to the pictures you saw on the first slide, most of our products will have the supermarket's own label on rather than Blue Skies, which might explain why some of you might not have heard of us. We are recognised for our sustainability credentials, for which we worked at many different third-party standards and have won various awards. And we also have a sustainability plan, which we call our blueprint, which centres around these 4 goals of zero poverty, zero biodiversity loss, zero waste and zero emissions. So our emissions goal is probably what we're most interested in this conference, because in order to reduce our footprint, we need to become more energy efficient and source more of our energy from renewable sources. To achieve this, we have a sustainable energy roadmap, which we are now just starting out on. And as you can see, we have some ambitious targets. We'll want to reduce energy consumption per tonne by 40% by 2030. We want to source 35% of our energy from off-grid renewables by 2030. And we want 100% of our fuels from renewables or electric vehicles by 2050. And we want to reduce refrigerant leakage by 50% by 2030 and switch to 100% low emission refrigerants also by 2030. So as you can see, we have some ambitious targets we want to achieve. And to do this involves a number of phases, including internal reviews and audits, research and development, action planning, financing and implementation. But there's obviously a lot more to it than this slide suggests. So what do we need your help with? Number one is expertise. There's a minefield of options out there, although that's what it seems to us. We're not sure where to start. We don't have the internal expertise and we can't afford to have a full-time internal energy expert. So we need help understanding in as simple terms as possible what technology is right for us across all our different sites and how we manage it. Secondly, it's technology. We've explored a few options in the past, but have not really been able to make a success of any of them yet. Now, what are the reasons for that? Well, we've looked into things like biogas and anaerobic digestion, and we've done several feasibility studies. But the challenge has always been how we manage the right amount of and mixture of feedstock to generate the right amount of energy. We've also looked at things like solar. We've looked at options to see how we can generate energy by installing panels on our roofs, for instance, or in surrounding land. We've got a limited number of panels on our factory in Egypt that generates a small proportion of our energy needs, but how do we generate more of it? We have explored bigger scale projects, making use of more roof space and surrounding land, but the challenge has been always the cost, and we'll get onto that in a moment. And battery capacity, as our factories are 24/7, and the ability of these systems to generate the full requirements of our energy needs are often difficult. And what about other technologies that we haven't explored yet, like wind or maybe new emerging solutions that we haven't even heard of? And what about more sustainable solutions for refrigeration, things like absorption coolers, or maybe more efficient systems that don't leak refrigerants? We need help in finding the right technology for our business. Lastly, funding. As an own label producer, we are a low margin business. We don't have much spare cash and we're not keen on debt. And we have, however, recently borrowed to support us through the COVID challenges. So we really don't want to be taking on any more debt. However, the capital investment costs of the kind of projects we need to be looking at, well, we've looked at so far, are very high. So how can we make this work? We've looked at power purchase agreements, but they can also have limitations because we need solutions that can flex to how our business changes and grows. So if we need to move our factory, for instance, to a new site, how can we take a PPA with us and the technology itself with us too? And how adaptable are the rates that we end up paying to market rates from the grid? We don't want to suddenly find that we are uncompetitive because wholesale energy prices drop. So it comes back to expertise in finding, implementing, managing and funding the right kind of technology for our business to power our business into the future. Thank you all very much for your attention, and I hope you have a good conference.